Hi everyone, Lutz here from Gun Gamers with
Becca, aka callsign Harpy.
Today we're going to be going over the Stoner LMG. It's made by Classic Army, but it is trademarked to Knights Armament Corp, KAC. I'm going to go over some pros, cons, give you kind of our rundown on it. We'll start with Becca here.
So I've used this a few times now. I ran it at River City's Milsim versus Speedsoft most recently a couple weeks ago. I used it pretty much the whole day except about the first half hour because my other gun went down, so switched to this beautiful thing. So my biggest pro with it is an LMG for airsoft that's lightweight enough that I am comfortable using it and carrying it all day, which is nice. Because most of the other LMGs that are out there weigh so much that I would die if I tried to carry it all day. How much does it weigh exactly?
I think it's only about 8-ish to 9-ish pounds, around there.
Which is about what my Scar H weighs too, yeah. So it's really pretty comparable.
The gas Scar H.
Yeah, it's comparable to my other heavy rifles that I use, so it's weight-wise, it's awesome. My other pros are that it feeds really, really well. It's really consistent until you get to the very bottom of the mag. The mag is auto feeding, so you don't even have to think about it. And it works like a charm. It chronos about 350 to 360 with 2.5s, which are what we use most often, which is perfect for all the fields that we use it at. I think that's
your list?
Yeah, I think those are my lists of pros. I can switch to my cons now if you
I'll do my pros.
Okay, you do your pros, then we'll switch to the cons.
So, things I love about it, kind of fall in the same line as hers. Love that it's lightweight. For a guy my size, I know the logs are deceiving, but I'm just huge. Running this is the same size to me and feel anyway as running like a short barrel M4. I can run this thing at River City, which has got a lot of small buildings, kind of CQB building to building stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot more CQB style play than...
I can run this like an M4, clear buildings with it like it were an M4, which is just great. The stock is kind of short to start with, causes a problem for at least one guy on our group, who it's just, yeah, that'd be Eric behind the camera. The stock for him is just too short even at its longest, but for anyone that's not weirdly ape-armed, it fits pretty well. The only problem I have with the stock, I'll throw in kind of jump ahead to that one. Already? Yeah. If you look close, you might even be able to see there's some duct tape there. It has one tap screw that holds that stock in, and that can come loose, which it did for us, so we had to kind of fix that. To elaborate on some of Becca's, with the mag is outstanding at feeding. I've never had an LMG mag feed this well. It's got an auto and an on feature.
And it feeds consistently down to like the last 20 BBs in the mag.
You really won't even hear it winding because it winds as you're firing and immediately stops if you've got the auto setting on. The way it does that is it has a dropout spring-loaded floor plate that pulls the BBs up, so they're not even jiggling around in the box mag till you get down to those last like 20-30 rounds. So it's a quiet LMG too, where most box mags are, it's like you're running with maracas. This one's a little quieter. The other big pro I liked with this is like a lot of LMGs, you can pop the barrel off, which allows you to get at your wiring harness here. It's just got this little pressure button you press up here.
Which is a pro and a con.
If you pick it up wrong, you can pick up like that
and accidentally pop your barrel off.
However, you can get in there easily. You can move your wiring. On ours, we've got it set up where it's an outside PEQ box. I did that just because I can fit a bigger battery. It's a little easier to change. But it also can fit one in the gas tube, which is kind of awesome. Keeps out of the way if you want to, you know, protect your immersions. I think that's about it for pros.
Unless you are in love with trademarks, and then you will see the beautiful Stoner LMG trademark right there.
It even says 5.56, not 6mm. So.
So legit.
All right.
All right. So cons wise, most of the cons for me are really to do with the mag, not with the gun. The performance of the gun has just been wonderful, and it is comfortable, and it fits me well. But with the mag, so I'll turn it around so you can kind of see, but the way you load it is it has this little pop open chamber here, and it's really, really easy to accidentally hit while you're just running around or bump into something. So we actually have to tape it closed while we're playing, which is a little irritating.
That is a common problem I've heard of these. It's not even like it's a factory defect. Pretty much anyone that's used one of these mags, that's really the biggest problem with them.
The other con with the mags is good luck finding them. We got the one that came with the gun, and they are out of stock on every website we have searched.
Pretty much consistently.
And
all
have
the time.
been for months.
Yeah.
So the mag only holds 1,500 rounds, so I do find myself having to reload, and reloading's kind of a process because you have to pop the mag out of the gun to reload it, and then
You can load it in the gun, but it's a hassle.
it's a pain in the booty,
Big
so
hassle.
much easier to just take it out. But it's a couple minute process to have to reload and then have to get it back into the gun and get back to playing. So that's one of my cons, is how long it takes to reload and that you can't get more mags right now. Next.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So one I noticed right off the bat is it does not come with any kind of sling mount
Oh yeah.
anywhere on it. So I've actually made a paracord loop on the back, kind of woven it through here. That holds pretty well. And on the front, I just did zip ties because I was at Bad Blood and I needed a sling. So it works. I'm sure I can come up with a fancier option.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could put on the front, I'm planning to put a sling mount that's rail mounted. On the back, you could, but you gotta ditch your rear sight or possibly not even do an optic because there's not a lot of rail real estate on this. It's very short. So really you can only fit an optic in exactly one position.
Yeah.
Or you can't open your feed tray. If you can't open your feed tray, you can't get to the hop up. So if you need to adjust your hop up on the fly and your sight's in the way, that's just a whole nother hassle. Another big one I've heard a lot from people with bigger hands, not an issue for us because we both have small little hands, but it's an ambidextrous safety, but it kind of sticks out. I think it's gonna be hard to see on video, but it sticks out so you can easily grab it, but big hands hit it and you'll accidentally click the gun on fire or back into safe. So that could be a problem for some people, but again, it hasn't really been a problem for us. Yeah. Like I said, the stock, I like the stock, but I need to reinforce it. So the way it comes with that one little tap screw is just not enough to hold that tight. My plan's to use Garrett. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. He's whiz with tech work like that. He's gonna give me a couple pins, something like that, make it hold in a little better. Besides that, fire's great, has outstanding range to start. Really the only upgrades out of the box I'd suggest is the Gun Gamers classic of Crytag bucking. We're gonna probably throw one in that because our hop up after Bad Blood, I think we've put 30,000-40,000 rounds through this easily at this point.
Yeah.
And only now is the hop up starting to get a little wonky with a couple loose flyers here and there. But I mean, that's not bad for stock. And I mean, it's an LMG, so it's not 30,000 rounds over a long period. We've had this for 3 months,
yeah,
and I've put 40,000 rounds through it. So it's a workhorse. It's great. It costs a little bit more than some of your other LMGs, and but the mags are actually cheaper if you can find them. They're only about 80 bucks. But yeah, I think it's a great gun. I think it's got a decent price point. It's not prohibitively expensive for an LMG.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, so would I.
One of our other players, he just picked one up this weekend and we'll be using it this weekend here at Hunters Creek. So might get his input. But other than that, love it. So until next time, Lutz
and Becca. Thanks. Bye.